Hey there, this is Alec. Welcome to another leg day. This is week 2 of our live videos that I have been putting out kind of here in my living room. Today we're going to be doing compound sets, meaning we are going to be going through 2 exercises back to back that kind of stress similar muscle groups. So it might get a little bit more fatigued today. So definitely take your time with things. We're going to be keeping track of time instead of reps like I did last week. Hey, welcome to the broadcast. And we're just going to go through a warm-up flow that includes some light stretching and activation of the muscle groups. Then we'll go through a couple different compound sets. So first we'll do things that work kind of the big leg muscles at large. Once we're done with that, we're going to get into some kind of calf exercises. And then we're going to end with a little bit of core with an emphasis on legs as well. So I'm going to get my little application ready that's got our timers. We'll start slow, especially when we get into kind of the basic warm-up and stretching, but then we'll add to it as we go and make it tougher. So I'm going to back up here, and we are going to start the same way that I started last week with leg exercises. We are going to do fire hydrants. So let me get here so I can see myself in live view. So I'm going to have us get into quadruped position again. So we did last time, going hands and knees to the floor. A little better view. Hands and knees to the floor, and we are going to open up our hips. So the first thing we are going to do, get nice and sturdy here. We are going to do lateral raises of our legs just to squeeze the glute. We are not raising and twisting. We are simply better view here. Raising the leg, bringing it down, squeezing that side hip muscle. We're going to do about 10 of those, letting the whole leg open like a door hinge. And then when we're done with those, we're going to do donkey kicks on the same side. So leading from the heel, I'm going to post my heel up like I'm trying to touch the ceiling. But you'll notice I'm keeping a flat back. I'm not extending my back to get any higher. Again, posting with the heel to the ceiling, squeezing the hip, but not raising any further. Just squeezing the hip and down. Squeeze the hip. We're going to go for 10. Like I believe I said last week, tightening these glute muscles and doing these kind of extensions will in fact help stretch the muscles on the front side of our leg as well, help limber ourselves up. Let's get ready for some action. Switch sides, we'll do the other leg next. Let's do hydrants first, so just opening, squeezing, opening up the inner thigh, help flexing the glutes. And then we're going to post our heel up to the sky. Notice I'm keeping flat back throughout. Okay, once we've gone through 10, give those guys a break for a second. We are going to move on to a hip flow. It's a very well-used hip flow for opening up the hips. It's called the Cal Poly hip flow, and we are going to go through just a basic progression from it. That's used to open up our hip flexors and also get into some kind of functional motion. So I'm going to step back so you can see me a little better, but I'm going to drop down. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take one leg, I'm going to bend it about 45 degrees, kind of a tight angle here. And then bring my other leg out so that my knee on this back leg just sits in the pocket of my arch. So I got this kind of tight angle here, and also kind of a tight angle here at about 45 degrees for both of them. Ideally, throughout this kind of flow, you're not going to use your hands for assistance. You're just going to be nice and tall, neutral posture here, neck and kind of tall, elongated. You can think if you had a rope on your head, just pulling you upward, getting you a nice proud position. So from here, I'm going to raise my hips off the ground, pushing through both these knees, coming up, and I am squeezing this back leg, the glute of my back leg forward and kind of stretching that. And then I'm just going to come back down with control. So change my angle so maybe you can see a little better. I got these two 45-degree angles. I'm going to push off through the knees, tall posture, come up, flex that back hip flexor, flex that glute and stretch that back hip flexor. And then with control, sit back down. So I'm going to go through 5 of those. We did a couple, so we'll just do one more. I'll get back into that position so you can see here. And once I've done that, I'm just going to switch sides, do the same thing with the other side. So 45-degree angles on both of them. Knee is in the pocket of that front arch. And I'm just going to push through, squeeze the glute, back down. Push through, squeeze the glute, back down. Okay, now I've done that, we're going to do one more thing on the other side. We'll switch it back, get set. We're going to go up again, and then we're going to add a lunge. So what that's going to look like, I'll change my angle so I'm facing you. I'm going to come up through the knees, hip through. Now my back leg is going to step forward into a lunge, and I'm just going to lunge through and then come back down. So from side angle, back leg, front leg, I'm going to squeeze my hips, take the back leg forward, lunge through, squeeze the butt so you're not arching your back as you lean, you're actually just staying nice and neutral, coming through, back down, squeezing up, through. Just do 2 more, up, through, up, through. Switch sides. Okay, squeezing the glute, taking the step, lunging through, back, down. Squeezing the hip, stepping through, lunging through. Let's do 3 more. Squeezing through, lunging through, back, down. Squeezing through, stepping through, back, down. Pretty tough. Thanks for giving it a shot at the very least. That should have at least warmed up some of the muscles there. And now we will get started with our workout flow. So one thing you can have at the ready today, I actually suggest getting a chair, something that you can use that is about chest to shoulder height that you can use to support yourself, just to take balance out of the equation if need be. We're going to be doing single leg exercises, a little more advanced today. So I'm going to show you the exercises, and then we will get into 3 rounds on each leg of each exercise. The way it's going to work is you're going to go through one exercise, have enough time to transition to the next exercise, and after you've done both of them, then you get a chance to rest while we transition to the other leg. So I'll show you what the exercises look like. So the first one we're going to be doing, I'm going to get this kind of here. It's kind of at the ready for me as I need it. But the first exercise we're going to be doing is a split squat. So if you look at my feet here, with the split squat, I'm going to take one leg forward and one leg back, kind of like I'm preparing to go down into a lunge. And so if you can, I would like your feet to be as close to overlapped as possible. Balance is an issue. Take it out a little bit to the side, but don't compromise too much if you can avoid it. From here, all I'm going to do is drop my back knee down until I hit the floor. Just like that. You can tell the one thing I'm trying to emphasize here, and I may have not given myself enough room, is I don't want my knee to really fly past my toe. That kind of 90-degree angle, dropping about to the midfoot, is what I'm aiming for. And once I get down there, you can either touch the ground or you can just hover lightly next to it, and then you're just going to pop back up onto your back toe and front heel. Just going to slow lower down, back up. And we're going to do as many of those as we can fit into our time. We're doing each of these exercises to time today, so that it kind of sticks on an even flow. So we will do those, do about 10, 15, whatever we can get in that time period. And then the next exercise we're going to do, again, keeping this for balance, is called a single leg deadlift or an airplane. So for the airplane, what you're gonna do is find yourself on one leg. So if I'm here, I got both legs grounded, I'm going to lean to my left leg, lift up my right leg. So now I'm all supported on the left leg. Hand is at this chair for support. And I'm going to slowly bend this knee and kick back towards the wall. And then once I get into this kind of deep angle, you can kind of self-dictate. You don't need to go too low. What you do want is just to get a good amount of chest lean, light knee bend, foot back, and then come back up. You can do a high knee if you can. Otherwise, find yourself at the bottom just to recover between reps. Give you a front view of that. I am going to do a left leg, so I'm going to lift my right leg up. I'm going to unlock this left knee so it's loose, kick my right leg back. That's going to go forward. I got this for support if I need it. If not, don't use it, but keep it around because you might see yourself needing it, especially when you get tired. Forward, back, up. And if you can stay on one leg for the full 20 seconds, go for it. Otherwise, find yourself down here if you do need it. Let's turn this back light on. It's a little bit much. So basically for our first flow, we're going to go from one exercise to the other. We're going to do the split squats, go straight into the RDLs, then take a break, switching legs and going on the other side. I'll prompt you as we go to keep things fairly clear. I'll be facing you guys. And we'll get started here in a few seconds. Let me get my app open again, screenshot. So, all right, let's get going. So I'm gonna start my timer. We're gonna do split squats first, 20 seconds. Then you'll get 10 seconds to transition into the RDLs. Let's get this timer going. We're starting in 10 seconds. Find one leg in front of the other. 5, 2, 1, and let's go. Dropping knee down, pressing up through the heel. Dropping knee down, pressing up through the heel. Hands ready if I need it, but right now I'm feeling okay, so I'm not going to use it. If the balance started getting tough for me, I'd widen my stance out, make it a little bit easier, just like that. Got 10 seconds to rest. Turn this sound all the way up for me. We're going to go single leg RDL. So knee up if you can. Let's go leg back with mostly straight leg. Down, back up. Let's go. 20 seconds. Back up. Back up. Back up. Okay. That was 20 seconds. I went by fast. So let's switch sides. Do the same thing on the other side. First split squats, then going into the RDLs. Go in 5, 2, 1. Lower, tap, come back up. Add a little running motion to it, if you so choose. 5 more seconds. All right, 10-second transition. Find yourself mostly on that one leg. Get the other leg up and ready. 3, 2, 1. Back and through. Whew. Lose your balance, just recover. Okay, take a break, switch sides. I'm bringing this back and forth because I want to face you guys here. If you want, all you really got to do, turn yourself around, and that's how you can switch legs. I would like it if the leg that's planted, that's stable, is on the outside while you're doing this. It'll make it a lot easier to reach out for support as you need, a little bit safer that way. Try not to use your dominant leg closest to that because you'll fall away from your support. Anyway, let's get started. Second set on the right leg in 3, 2, 1, and let's get going. driving through the heel of your front leg on this, and also having some assist from that back forefoot. All right, get into transition, get yourself ready, hand out, knees coming up, and slowly shift it back, up and through. You can do running man, show ya. Or you can do the airplane if you need more balance time. Okay, switch sides. We'll get going in 10 seconds on the other side. Ready for that split squat? 4, 3, 2, and go. Five seconds. Okay. Ready for the other exercise? Shake it out if you need. Hand at the ready. Get up on one leg. 2, 1, and back and forward. And rest. Whew, lost my balance at the end. Getting a little warm in here, that's for sure. Got 12 seconds. I'm opening my window. Okay, last set. On the right side, get into a split stance. And let's get going. That running motion down. All right, 10 seconds. Transition into the single leg RDLs. Hand at the ready to support you. Make sure there's no kids, cats, walls, anything behind you to kick. Let's get going. Ooh, lost my balance. One more. All right, switch to the other side. It's our last side for our first exercise. Be getting into calf raises with a little something something on top of it too. Keep your quads working. We'll get to that in a few minutes. Let's go. Down and up. Ooh, losing balance. Okay, 10 seconds. We'll get on to our last little piece here for our first compound. 3 seconds. That knee up. 2, 1. Get back. Go through. Ooh, lost my balance there. It's okay. So we're getting tired, but we're working hard. Cool. So that's it for our first round. Should have gotten the heart rate up at least a little bit. Hopefully got those legs burning, especially those split squats. RDLs are a little more of a balance intended exercise. Hope you got through them all right. They're definitely a pretty tough one. But we are going to move on, and we are going to get over to a wall. So if you have a wall, find some space on it. If you don't, just kind of move some stuff out of the way and see if you can find a space to use just kind of as a posterior support. What we are going to do here, I think I can unplug you. Okay. So we're going to use this to perform a compound between calf raises and a more modified calf raise in a wall sit, actually. So this is where we are actually going to also be using our quads a little bit. It's not just going to be a calf raise exercise. So again, 2 compounds. Let me show you what the 2 exercises are. So first one, initiate with your feet about half your foot length off the wall. So for me, I got about 4 to 6 inches off the wall here. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put my elbows against the wall and come off about maybe 1 inch to 2 inches. So I'm supported from my elbows. I'm going to use the support structure. And I'm going to do calf raises. So I'm going to stand on the balls of my feet. I'm just going to be going up and down calf raises for 20 seconds. Pretty straightforward, just in case you need that view. Give you one more look. So this is my feet on the wall, coming off about half a foot distance from the wall. Posting my elbows back, so I'm only supported from my elbows against the wall. It's kind of my focal point. And then I'm just going to go up and down, pausing at the top, getting a full calf squeeze. Once we're done, this is where the magic comes in. This is where the difficulty comes in. We're going to transition into a high to low wall sit, depending on what you feel comfortable with. So I'm getting about hip to shoulder distance apart with my feet. I'm walking them out about 2 shoe distances, 1.5 to 2 shoe distances from the wall. Going to slowly find myself down here. If you can make it to 90, go for it. I got some cables in the way, so I'm gonna go a little higher. That's not an excuse, kind of is. And then all I'm gonna do, static angle here with the knee, I'm gonna do calf raises while in this wall sit position with bent knee. You might notice that it activates slightly different muscles as you do it. You might notice that you get pretty tired here while you're going as well. And we're gonna go between the standing calf raises and these, and a little bit of a break. We're gonna do 3 rounds of that. So I'm gonna get my timer going. We will get started here in just a couple seconds. So let's add closed. Get started in 10 seconds. Walking myself up. 3 seconds. And we're going to do calf raises. Only elbows supporting you. Pause at the top. Slow lower. Ten more seconds. Okay, transition. Walk it forward. Your knees bent. Get on the balls of your feet in 3, 2, 1. Calf raises. Okay, I'm off the wall. I'm going to take my socks off because I'm slipping a little bit. If you're on hardwood with socks, good luck to you. That's probably going to be tough grip to maintain, so I would suggest getting onto some more grippier flooring or taking the socks off. Let's get into our second set. 3, 2, 1. Coming up on the toes, lower down. Three, 2, 1. Walk it forward. Get ready for soleus raises here. 3, 2, 1. Raise them up, lower down. All right, and rest. Find yourself off the wall. Okay, we got one more set in us, and then we're going to move on. I'm going to make it a little bit tougher on the last one. I'll let you know when we get there. But we're going to start with calf raises in about 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and let's get going. I'm using my hands to support myself, give myself a little bit more distance from the wall, focusing a little more on my legs and less on kind of the support of the wall to help me. You can do that, go for it. You don't even need the wall. If you can just go like this, go for that as well. Okay, walk it forward. We're gonna make this trickier. If you wanna make this trickier, go for it, or do what we've been doing before. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pop my toes up and I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it for the whole 20 seconds. I'm gonna go into that full wall sit, squeeze those calves and keep them up. Keep it there the whole time. Go. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Done with that. All right. Stop our timer here. Okay. So we got one more compound left to do. I'm going to reset my camera position here. So we're going to be down on the floor. If you have a mat to help give you some grip, I would highly suggest it. Otherwise, use what you can. Like I kind of said at the beginning, we're adding a little bit of core with an emphasis on also using our hip muscles during our core. So we're going to be doing planks. We're going to be doing forward and side planks. I'm just going to have a timer going and we will switch between, kind of similarly to how we were doing it before. 20 seconds for each exercise, 10-second transition, and then going into our third exercise. So we'll actually have 2 transitions of 10 seconds apiece. All right, so the way this is going to work, I got to change this really quick so that it's where we want it. And one more for 10 seconds. Technology is not my friend. Okay, so that's set up. So the 3 things we're going to be doing: plank, side plank, other side plank. So for the regular plank, elbows on the ground, either knees with your torso parallel to the ground like so, or feet with your torso parallel to the ground like so. While we're in either position, we are going to disengage one leg, extend it out, and squeeze the glute. Not like this, like we were doing before, but just like we're using our heel to touch the wall behind us, squeezing our glute, and then back down. Squeeze, squeeze, or here, squeeze, squeeze, for the time. Once we're done with that, we're going to go to a side plank. This one, I do want you guys to try to do from the knees, because what we're going to be doing is a side plank plus clamshell. So from this angle, you can see I'm kind of bent at both the hip and the knee. I'm going to come up, then I'm going to go through clamshell motion, nice and controlled, still keeping that full side plank as I'm going through it. I'm not rotating back, I'm just squeezing side hip, kind of like the fire hydrant exercise we started with. We're going to do that on both sides. Fully up, fully out. We're going to do 3 rounds of that. It's going to be a little bit of a longer 3 rounds because we have a third exercise in. All of them are going to be 20 seconds. So I'm going to start my timer and we'll get going. All right. Going in. 10 seconds. And get into forward plank, then side plank on each side. I'll go forward. Face you guys. Up. All right, let's get going. Glute squeeze on each side. Try to maintain a level pelvis as best you can throughout this. Might be tough to do while also getting that glute squeeze. Just try your hardest. 5 seconds. All right. Find a side. Get bent like so. Pop yourself up. 2, 1, and clamshell. Fully press your elbow and get that core engaged. Keep the guesswork out of it there. You're going to notice the leg that's supporting you on the ground is probably going to get a lot of the work because it's working almost alone. The other leg's doing its own thing. Take a break. Switch to the other side. Going in 5, 3, 2, 1. Same thing, other side. Five seconds. Okay, back to forward plank. We're going pretty fast with these. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and extend. Rest. Switch sides. Get a little pause out there. So you're working on being kind of isometric hold on each side for a second. 8 seconds. And rest. Find a side. 3 seconds. Out and down. And hold that hip if you want to make sure it's not moving anywhere. Make sure you're keeping your other side body up. And switch sides. Get going in 5 seconds. Up and extend. Rotate that knee. Keep lower leg glute engaged. Push your elbow into the ground. Keep your body off the ground as much as you can. Feel that side ab obliques engaged. Seconds. Rest. Go back to forward plank. Got one more round of this. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. Four seconds. Don't forget to breathe. I keep forgetting. All right. Pick a side. Up, and let's get going. Three seconds. Switch sides. Last one of the day. Get ready. Get planted. Going in 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Open. Go. 20 more seconds and you're done. Three, 2, 1, done. All right. Well, that is the workout for today. I hope that it served you well. I hope that you were able to find a pace that worked for you and that you were able to get through as much, if not all, those exercises through that workout. That actually got me going pretty good, and I still have another workout to do today. Well, if you need any resources, please reach out to us either on Facebook to our accounts, through the phone number that is on the Facebook page, or through any one of our emails. I am at agray@atlas-ips.com. You can reach out to me, set up an appointment for more guided one-on-one personal training and fitness needs. If you need any stretching guides, actually link back to in the videos, my last week live video, I did about 10 to 15 minutes of stretching at the end. You can go to that one to get some good stretches in. Otherwise, I'm going to end our stream here. But again, thanks for tuning in if you did. And good luck to any of you hopping in and doing this. So have a good day. Have a great week. Stay healthy. Stay safe.